माननीय श्री अमर पटनायक जी।
Sir, overall, I would like to place on record the fact that the allocation to the Ministry of Tribal Affairs has always increased over a period of time. However, the absorption capacity, that is the capacity to spend, has not matched up to the allocations made. The revised estimates has invariably been less than the budget estimates. So the biggest problem in the strategy for tribal development by the Tribal Affairs Ministry, I think traditionally has been on 3 counts. I call it as the CIA. It's not the American intelligence agency. C for convergence, lack of convergence. I, lack of institutional championship. And number 3, lack of awareness. In fact, the convergence which is supposed to take place between various schemes of government is lacking in the tribal pockets, even though a number of schemes have been introduced, and even a number of schemes have been introduced in the current budget allocation. For example, very futuristic venture capital fund. I think these are very good initiatives, but they will not take place unless there is a convergence established. And this convergence can be established only if there is an institutional champion. There is lack of championship. If you leave it to government officials alone, this is not going to happen. You need to have community motivators or community champions. You have to groom them up, and they are the ones who will bring about convergence. The third aspect, which is awareness. In fact, sir, I was very disappointed to see the observation of the Standing Committee report of 2020, which says that even various MPs and MLAs were not aware about the schemes in place for STs in India. This is a very sad state of affairs. We need to make the people, the tribal people, aware so that they participate in the schemes that is meant for them. Unless that is achieved, the development will not take place. Lastly, sir, I would like to state that the Eklavya Model Residential School is a very good initiative. Unfortunately, even though more number of schools have been planned in the current budget allocation, the operationalization of these schools is lacking to the extent that we expected. For example, in the last 23 years, only 285 Eklavya model schools could be made functional. In Orissa, for example, only 19 out of 70 sanctioned Eklavya model schools are operational. I would request through the chair to the Honorable Minister that there is a need to make these Eklavya model schools functional, operational, and tech-savvy. I get a lot of requests from various people to give digital assets to these people so that the monitoring of these schools can be made properly to the principals, to the hostel matrons. I think that is not being done. Technology has to be brought in to manage these Eklavya model schools, and they are actually going to be the change agents in the tribal areas as far as education is concerned. So I would repeat to the Honorable Minister to take charge of the Eklavya model schools, to make them functional, make them tech-savvy, and make them deliver by actually monitoring every component of making them operational. For example, when is the sanction to be given, when was land to be occupied, when the construction of building will take place, break it down, and I think that will deliver the results. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Amarji. माननीय विनय विश्वम जी, माननीय विनय विश्वम, please.